Good to see you. Lauren winced from the insinuation that she was not well educated, which, she isn't.
No.
I know the Amazons are superior to all other nations, so the Citadel is superior to all other castles. Hashtag Amazon logic.
Yes, Your Grace. Jerk.
I'm not stupid, you're stupid.
Saren learned just
Activist.
how sheltered Lauren truly was. Even his former mistress knew all about the outside world, but then she was allowed to travel outside of the Citadel's walls. Lauren was not. He knew then that he would have to take better care of the princess than he anticipated. We're being taken to the world map.
Wowzers!
Sometimes there are random battles. And there's a camp because they want it to be a BioWare game.
They wanted to literally be Dragon Age.
Pretty much. So we're on the map here. There'll be more locations popping up as we go.
I wonder if they're blocked by those clouds.
When we go from location to location, actually, I think the clouds are just always there.
How does
When you
this
go from
look
location to location, there is a chance of a random battle. I think you can skip them, so it barely even matters.
I have to wonder, how does the Citadel get resources if it's on an island?
Bridges? Boats?
I'm just saying, they just don't seem like the very economic type.
There are plenty of island nations in history. Sorry, I'm not with you on this one.
Hmm.
Anyway, in the camp, we can talk with our party members. It's
Wowzers!
it's BioWare. It's the BioWare system.
Yes.
Yeah, we can see what people think of us with their hearts.
Ooh. The heart of the
And,
cards.
No, people think with their brains.
you know,
Dear.
we can unlock character quests. You know, when we get to a certain point in the relationship ometer.
Wowzers.
What does the Super Saiyan do again?
What does the Super Saiyan do? They go.
Do I need to explain this again? Ugh. Okay. This is my normal state. And this is a Super Saiyan. And this
I mean,
is a
Oh, I
Super
was
Saiyan
talk-
that's ascended beyond the level of a Super Saiyan. I guess you could call it a Super Saiyan 2. And this is to go even further beyond. Command.
Anyway, let's talk to Lauren and see if she has anything to say to us.
absolutely.
Saren approached Lauren tentatively. She looked deep in thought, and it was probably dangerous to disturb her. Nevertheless, he spoke up. I think Kinu exploded. I'm pretty sure that's exactly what happened.
Pretty much. Your Highness.
Fortunately, Lauren gave him a slight nod of acknowledgement, but nothing more.
Forgive me for asking, but I do not know much of the situation. Perhaps if you told me more, I could assist you better.
What more is there to know? My mother is missing.
Ooh, buzzkill. Yes, but what was the Queen doing to have gone missing? When was the last time you saw her?
Lauren raised her chin while her eyes blinked rapidly, not the same rate as before. Missing a change.
Let's detail that.
I can't tell you much of anything. I wish I could, but I can't. My mother was an immensely private person.
Sorry that took so long.
That's all right.
This is a Super Saiyan 3.
Oh dear. I think we're past that, Keenan.
But you were asking for the facts, and the facts are that the Queen, was not in her bedchamber one morning, and we have not seen her since.
And the scouts.
Were you not there? They could not find her. Even though they could track a sparrow through a forest, those aren't the same thing, Lord. Could not find their own queen. Lauren looked away. Saren was uneasy in the ensuing silence.
I hope she doesn't write poetry. But we will succeed where the scouts have failed.
Absolutely. The conviction brought hope to her. She uttered a sigh. I already knew that.
Yes, I agree.
And I do believe Lauren might have a little bit more to say, but I could be wrong.
I hope she doesn't.
Mistress, what can you tell me of the Citadel? Being princess, you must hold much more knowledge of it than I.
Lauren crossed her arms. Of course I do. The Citadel was built stone by stone by the Great Mothers. We were once able to defend our land without it, but fools kept testing the strength of the Amazons, and so our walls were built. In our fortress we are invincible. The walls of the Citadel are impenetrable and always well defended. It's held off invasions by every ragtag banner known. You would think some militants would learn to avoid us, but the stability of our mighty home will likely continue to be tested.
Such is the way of the world.
I sometimes wonder why Mother doesn't send the scouts upon all other empires and conquer them all. Well, what do we think about that? We could say,
Probably because that would be a very bad idea.
we could also say,
Do you really think the Amazons could take over the entire world?
or we could say,
The Amazons would sweep the world in one swift strike.
tell us, Chad, which do we say? Three and one are both tied with 3 votes each. Okay, and the winner is number 3 with 5 votes.
The Amazons would sweep the world in one swift strike.
Yes, it would be marvelous. Sometimes I thirst for such battle.
Yes, the pounding of your heart, the smell of blood.
They both shared a smile. It is an art. Not a subtle one, but it is art. All right, Lauren. I'll leave you to your art.
I don't know if you guys have noticed this yet, but both of our characters are psychopaths.
No, I noticed.
I think, keep in mind that Saren's been locked up for a long time.
Yeah, I mean he's more reasonable. Well, they've both kind of been locked up because she couldn't leave.
Hey,
Nice.
one of us was essentially a sex slave, and one of us was not.
That is true. Anyway, let's go on to Grimoire. As they approached Grimoire, the path cut through a wooded area. Lauren stopped abruptly and held her arm out to stop Saren. Her expression was serious and her voice low. Hey, Titan, it's time.
Rock and roll, Titan.
Are you actually still in the call? It says you are. Oh, yeah, there you go.
I just rejoined.
Excellent, excellent.
My
As they
volume good?
approach... Yep, sounds good to me. Sounds good to chat. As they approached Grimoire, the path cut through a wooded area. Lauren stopped abruptly and held her arm out to stop Saren. Her expression was serious and her voice low. Something isn't right here. They looked around, examining the area for anything out of the ordinary, and then they saw it. Someone was strung up by their feet from a tree limb, head down with a bag covering their body. The bag writhed. They were still alive.
Please help me.
Oh my goodness!
Oh my. Lauren and Saren rushed toward the person, but several little screeching creatures sprang down from the trees. Goblins.
These are the best goblins ever.
The best goblins. Fear shot through Saren as he realized that a battle was now upon them, and that Princess Lauren had never fought outside of training. It was up to him to protect the princess. Watch yourself.
Same to you.
Lauren drew her two swords swiftly and hurried to engage the enemies. You do not have to give me any instruction. Saren was surprised to see how swiftly Lauren moved as she fought. She started with a vertical slash that moved so quickly that her blade looked like a solid arc of silver. The goblin collapsed to the ground in a bloody mess as she lifted her other sword in a horizontal slash to behead another goblin.
We're a bunch of goblins.
She danced between the enemies and evaded their attacks and counterattacked with ease. Saren looked surprised to see how beautifully deadly all of her movements were. Lauren impaled another goblin through the heart in one quick stab, retracting her blade and flicking the blood off the metal with casual ease. She didn't have to stop to catch her breath, nor did she break a sweat in the short battle.
Oh god, she's so awesome.
Okay, and then after that, Lauren shows off dialogue. We now actually have a fight. It's a first fight. It's a tutorial fight. Hooray. So combat in this game is fairly simple. You can see the turn order here. It is Saren's turn at the moment. Lauren will go next, etc., etc. Let's turn that speed up. That's animation speed. Go through battles faster.